My quilt design was easy to get confused, so I made some mistakes while piecing it together. In this video, I show you how to correct those mistakes so that there's no need to fret over your mistakes. While working on this project, I refer to my chart on my sewing bulletin board. One more look, make sure I'm going to do this right, is the first two. See? And then the next two. One more look, make sure I'm going to do this right. So when you take your two rows that are sewed together, make sure you got that this is your top two, that this is row one, and you got that right on top. And then you select the next square, and the point goes the opposite way, because remember our chevron pattern. And just remember that all of them are going that direction, so your points are at the top this time. Then we'll just do each row 4, the dots and the check. Alright, I made a mistake, and that one is wrong. This part right here is wrong, so that kind of messes things up. No problem, I will fix it. I need to change the square out because I grabbed the wrong one. It was supposed to be this one, because I don't want to end up with these two side by side. But that's okay, so I'll fix that before I go on. All I have to do is take out the seam, put the right one on, and then I can continue with my progress. A little goop up, and that's where the seam ripper come in handy to remove the stitches. Just take out this one row without messing up everything. Okay, so I put together the two that's supposed to be there. I had the wrong square right there. And now these are disconnected from all the rows, and I want to reconnect them. So this is the row that was below, so I just want to make sure that they are joined. So it's already sewed together, so all I'm going to do is just stitch over just to join it. So that way it's connected there. Now I'm going to connect it at the top. So I'm going to go back to the top row, the row that was above it. That would be the second seam. Remember we were sewing the second seam, so I'm just gonna put that on here. Whoops. Always gotta have a good lead on the thread, or it pulls back and then it pulls out of the needle. Okay. I'm just tracing over my seam, and then join them until we're back in business. And it's a good idea to just make sure, open everything up and make sure that it is what it's supposed to be. Okay, row 1, 2, row 3. I look at my chart, that's right, and that's right. We're good. Now, we'll get back to the third row where we were, and we just did that one, so I'm just going to go back. I've already sewed that together, but I want to make sure that we are joined. Make sure we have good lead thread. I always like to tuck it under the presser with it. Okay, we're back in business where we were before, so we can go on with the next one. What row am I on? 1, 2, 3. Row 4. So I get my next square. Make sure it's the right way. And we are back in business. green and solid yellow. I made another mistake. I got this one upside down. The yellow was supposed to be up here, and this is supposed to be down there. No problem. We'll turn it around. I guess I was a little bit too hurried on that first row. So, disconnect that. Alright. Okay, so I turned this around, so this is where it's supposed to be. I had this square upside down. I had this there and that there. So now I'm going to put this last one on. But before I do, I want to go back to this upper row, and I want to start there, so that way I can make sure that it's joined. So we'll put that up there first, just as if I was doing the row. Gotta remember to have a lead thread where it pulls that thread out of the needle. See, that's the pain of doing one square at a time. That's why I like to do the continuous sewing from one square to the other, because you don't have to deal with stuff like that all the time. Okay, put this together so it's ready. So that's how it takes the hassle out and time-saving sewing. I love time saving because I always have so much to do and I want to have time to get it all out. So I don't like to waste my time on extra details. Now at the bottom of the row, I did that because it is the end of the row. That's the bottom of the quilt. Okay, so we have 3 rows together, and now we're going to do the 4th row. So we go back up to the top. There's the piece that fell out. Go back up to the top, and we'll work on the 4th row, referring to our chart, and we'll just keep on going until we have all the rows together. Before we go any further, we need to double check, because it's possible we can make a mistake. It's possible to get confused. I have caught myself in 3 mistakes and corrected them. And so now I'm going to look it all over again, and yep, I see a mistake. Right here. This square is upside down. The white is supposed to be here and the green there, because the chevron is supposed to be blue. Yellow. Whoops. This is upside down. So I got 2 squares that I need to flip around. So that means I'll have to disconnect it here and here, turn it around, and then I'll have to reconnect it there and there. Same thing up there. Okay, I'm going to double check everything. The rest of it looks good, but I'm just going to go through and compare it with my chart, my graph, to see if there's any further mistakes. The way I like to remove stitches is pulling the seam apart so I can see some of the stitches, and just using the inside curve, because I'm less likely to destroy the fabric that way. I don't like to use the point because you can often rip a hole in the fabric if you're not careful, and all it needs is just a gentle tapping. I just keep pulling apart the stitches and just give it a little nudge, and it breaks the thread where the 2 pieces come together. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I know this is going to be turned around that way. I want to make sure I got this right. Okay, let's put these 2 together, and I am going to pin it. Alright, to correct this, we'll disconnect it here and there, here and there, and then I'm going to take out the seam and that seam. started, and I'm gonna leave it connected on this side so I don't get confused and mess it up. Okay, so this needs to be turned around. So I am gonna go ahead and pin that, just so I don't get confused. See, the yellow needs to be this way, and this is blue. And I'm also going to pin it. I'm gonna flip this whole side over. I'm also gonna pin it on this side, so I keep everything in the proper order. I don't get confused. That way, when I go to put this together, I will start sewing on the row above so I can connect it back again. Okay, so that's ready to sew, and I gotta do the same thing to that. And that's how you fix the mistakes. Check out my other quilting videos. I hope you learned some valuable lessons from this video of my mistakes. Don't forget to subscribe.